Success is predictable. It's not a mystery, not luck, and not reserved for the chosen few. It's earned step by step by practicing a few simple disciplines every single day. Success isn't an exclusive club for people born into the right circumstances or with the perfect connections. It's a process, a journey, and most importantly, a choice. And that choice lies in our daily habits, the seemingly small actions that shape the future. The beauty of this truth is that it puts success within reach for anyone willing to do the work. The challenge, however, is that it's not glamorous or immediate. It requires persistence, patience, and faith in the process. Let me start with a question. How many of you have dreams you want to achieve? Maybe it's owning a thriving business, building a strong and healthy body, or creating a happy and loving family. These dreams are universal. They're what make us human. But here's the reality: dreams don't achieve themselves. Wishing for them isn't enough. And even hard work without direction won't get you there. Discipline is the bridge between your dreams and reality. Without discipline, those dreams remain just that, dreams. They sit on the shelf gathering dust while you wonder why success always seems out of reach. When I was 25 years old, I was broke, completely broke. I had big dreams, but no plan, no habits, and no structure. I was working hard, but getting nowhere, constantly running into the same walls. I remember staring at my empty wallet and thinking, why is this happening to me? One day I met a man who changed my life forever. His name was Mr. Shoaf. He didn't hand me money or offer me a quick fix. Instead, he told me something that hit me like a ton of bricks. Jim, your problem isn't the economy, your boss, or the government. Your problem is you. That was a hard pill to swallow, but it was also the truth I needed to hear. Success doesn't come from blaming circumstances or waiting for the stars to align. It comes from looking in the mirror and taking responsibility for your life. Mr. Shoaf then shared a secret with me, a lesson that would completely change the way I approached life. Success isn't built in a day, it's built daily. It doesn't come from one big breakthrough or a stroke of luck. It's the result of consistent, intentional actions repeated over time. He asked me a question I'll never forget. Jim, what simple disciplines are you practicing today to bring your dreams closer? At that moment, I didn't have an answer. I had big ideas, but no plan, no consistent habits, and no direction. That's when it clicked for me. Success isn't complicated. It's not reserved for geniuses or workaholics. It's about a handful of simple, consistent actions repeated over time that create extraordinary results. Let's dive into what these simple disciplines look like. Imagine you're planting a garden. You don't plant weeds, do you? Of course not. But here's the catch: if you neglect your garden, weeds will grow anyway. You don't have to invite them, they show up uninvited. Life works the same way. If you neglect your health, disease and fatigue will creep in. If you neglect your finances, debt and stress will take over. If you neglect your relationships, they'll wither away. Neglect is easy. It requires no effort. But the consequences of neglect are devastating. On the flip side, small, consistent disciplines like watering your plants, pulling weeds, and tending to your soil can transform a barren patch of land into a thriving, beautiful garden. Let me give you an example. Reading 10 pages of a good book every day may seem like a small, almost insignificant act. But over the course of a year, you've read 3,650 pages, more than 10 books. Those ideas, those lessons, those perspectives begin to shape your mind and your decisions. Saving $5 a day might feel like nothing. But in 20 years with interest, that small habit could turn into over $50,000. These are the rewards of discipline. But here's the tricky part. It's just as easy to do as it is not to do. Skipping the gym today won't make you unfit. Eating one donut won't give you heart disease, but over time, the accumulation of small actions or inactions shapes your destiny. When I started practicing small disciplines, my life began to change. It wasn't a dramatic overnight transformation. It was gradual, steady, and almost imperceptible at first. I started setting clear goals, tracking my time, and investing in learning. I made it a habit to listen to one motivational tape every day. I began writing down my priorities and reviewing them regularly. None of these actions were extraordinary on their own, but together they created extraordinary results. It was one book, one workout, one conversation at a time that turned my life around. Success isn't about knowing, it's about doing. It's not enough to understand these principles. You have to apply them consistently and intentionally. The first step is deciding what you want. Clarity is power. Take some time to write down your goals. What do you want to achieve in your health, your finances, your career, and your relationships? Be specific. The clearer your vision, the easier it becomes to create a plan. But stay consistent. If you want to improve your health, start with a 15-minute walk every day. Don't worry about running a marathon just yet. If you want to build wealth, start by saving $1 today. Don't focus on the millions you want to accumulate, focus on the habit of saving. Consistency beats intensity every time. Measure your progress. Success loves accountability. Track your habits, reflect on your growth, and celebrate your wins, even the small ones. Progress is motivating, and seeing how far you've come keeps you moving forward. Finally, surround yourself with the right people. You've probably heard this before, but it's worth repeating. You become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. Are you surrounded by people who inspire you, challenge you, and hold you accountable? Or are you spending time with people who pull you down and encourage complacency? Choose wisely, because your environment shapes your future. And here's the most powerful part: emotions drive actions. Imagine the life you'll create if you practice these simple disciplines daily, a life of freedom, abundance, and joy. Picture yourself achieving those goals, living your dreams, and becoming the person you've always wanted to be. Now imagine the regret you'll feel if you neglect these disciplines. Picture the missed opportunities, the unfulfilled potential, and the weight of what could have been. Which path will you choose?